So I'm sure a lot of people are looking at the decoupling that's happening right now between S&P and Bitcoin. And this move here, guys, for the past few weeks, this is one of the realest pieces of evidence of a decoupling I've ever seen. Now, hold on, let me explain. I've been studying the correlation Bitcoin, the S&P for many, many years, almost on a daily basis. And I have never, ever seen evidence of a decoupling. Usually, they are always moving in sync. Now, a lot of people, for instance, would say, look, Bitcoin had a flat low and the S&P was going up. They're not correlated. But you're not looking at why did Bitcoin break down? It's because the S&P reversed. You see, they're correlated. Bitcoin held support because the S&P was going up and then snapped down with the S&P. They go up together, down, up together. It's all the same usually. China FUD, whatever, but it's always correlated. Generally, mostly on a weekly time frame. But look at this, guys, right? Look at the past. Look at that. I mean, that is one of the most just like obvious things I've ever seen for Bitcoin in terms of a decoupling. That's a real thing right there. And my like, I guess, thesis is that we have BlackRock ETF, it might actually be making Wall Street believe in the Bitcoin narrative. And Bitcoin can only truly decouple when the whales with the money believe the narrative. So BlackRock actually might be the key to making Bitcoin an uncorrelated asset, or less correlated, or, more often we get decouplings. This is not enough evidence to say we've decoupled forever. I mean, it's only been 2 weeks. We need like years of data to say it's decoupled, right? Because if you look back in time, I mean, overall, it's always kind of doing the same thing. It's always doing the same thing. Boom. I mean, that is just standing out like a sore thumb. Now, also remember, let's say there's a big Bitcoin holder and they have some positions in the stock market, a big whale, right? And their stock market positions are doing poorly and they need capital to manage those positions that are doing poorly. They might have to sell their Bitcoin to manage those positions. And then you see the correlation kicks in again. So you see the way that Bitcoin is treated, the way that it's regarded by these big players is the key factor. It's the key factor. It's unlikely that Bitcoin will just decouple now, today, forever. Unlikely, right? Because if the stock market goes way south, I mean, Bitcoin's likely, it's going to affect Bitcoin in some way. People's decision making. Like I just said, the management of bad positions. Somebody just dumps a huge position. Like maybe it ends up not being a decoupling because this weekly closes down. You need years of data to know if it's true. But that is pretty epic, guys. It's pretty stunning, actually. Just wanted to share these thoughts.